Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Court Cutting TV, Bluford's Tax Preparation, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, Casa Samtonieta Indialapa, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, John Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Montzon Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners.
Hello, hello. It's Coffee and Headlines time, and it's looking really cloudy out there. Today, we might get some major rain. Several news outlets have announced it, and we're going to talk about this in a little while. But first, don't let me forget that I want to talk about this gadget at some point today. It makes me so happy. Do you know what this is? Can you imagine what this is? Love it. How is everybody? Today is Thursday. It's August 7th. It's Music Appreciation Day. We're going to have a great presentation this afternoon on house music. Even if you think house music is not for you, you might be persuaded otherwise. So, we have great news to share today. We have a great interview that I want to share with you with Ann Marie from Vallarta Abuelos. She is looking for support for local kids, and she came to the spotlight to tell us exactly how we can go about connecting with her and her wonderful organization. So as usual, let us get started with our news, and we'll take it from there. To begin with, this is great news. There have been over 100 adoptions of pets during the current administration. 70 dogs and 46 cats have so far been adopted. So Puerto Vallarta is making steady progress in animal welfare, but there's much more to be done thanks to these adoption days. The Animal Welfare Department here in Puerto Vallarta is currently home to more than 70 other dogs looking for homes, all vaccinated, all dewormed and sterilized. So if you want to be part of this change, the article that I'm referencing here, which will be part of the show notes, includes a convenient telephone number which you can call so that you can schedule a visit to the Animal Control Center. To contribute to the growth of raicilla producers and to generate better infrastructure for their activities and to promote this industry, Governor Pablo Lemus has granted a property owned by the Tourism Trust to the Mexican Council for the Promotion of Raicilla in Mascota. The loan is part of the commitment that the governor made to the Raicilla Producers Association during a recent visit to San Sebastián del Oeste. The loan will be valid until the end of the current administration. However, an initiative will be presented to the Jalisco State Congress to extend this period to 25 years. And while in the vicinity, Governor Lemus took time to supervise the rehabilitation works on Highway 544 between Mascota and Las Palmas. I was just up that highway not even 2 weeks ago, and I could see that there's a lot of work being done and a lot more work pending. So there's a budget, and the crew is working at it. So I'll keep you posted as new information becomes available. And I invite you to meet University Professor Jaime Canton. He's from Mexicali. He's 29 years of age, and he has become the first LGBT plus legislator to head a public office in Mexico, or at least the first out legislator. On August 1st, a historic vote took place in Baja California, where he was unanimously elected president of the Baja California Congress, an important symbol of the advancement of society where just 4 years ago, in the state of Baja California, same-sex marriage was not even recognized by the state. So congratulations, Baja California. This is great news. And last but not least, as I mentioned in the intro, several news sources are reporting on Tropical Storm Ivo, which is now on the Pacific coast in front of the coast of Guerrero and Oaxaca. The storm is expected to evolve into a Category 1 hurricane as it heads north in a route parallel to the coastline, and it is expected to drop heavy rain in Puerto Vallarta this afternoon. Let us see what our snarky weatherman has to say about that. Praise the freaking rain gods. Rain starting around 12:15 p.m., says Snarky Weather. Well, I hope I can get to my presentation on time before it starts getting really wet out there, and I hope you can as well. Our weather forecast tells us that it is 29 degrees right now with 74% humidity, and today we can expect overcast skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 65%, make my day, a high of 31 and a low of 22. Then tomorrow, we can expect mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain even higher of 78%, a high of 32 and a low of 22. And then on Saturday, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 83%, a high of 32 and a low of 21. As I'm telling you about the weather, I'm thinking that I didn't prepare an image to show you, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this image to the program as I'm showing you the interview. But first, Banderas News reminds us that summertime in Puerto Vallarta is turtle time, with thousands of olive ridley sea turtles returning every summer to the bay to nest their eggs on the beach. There are a number of ways and programs and places in which you can not only witness this beautiful rite of passage that comes back every year, but also to lend a helping hand, quite literally, in returning hatchlings back to the ocean when they are born. So if you have never done this in Puerto Vallarta, this is one of those things that you definitely want to do in town. And you can find all the information in this wonderful article from Banderas News. And almost last, but certainly not last, because I have a photo that I want to show you, and I want to talk about this chingadera. Ann Marie Weiss from Vallarta Abuelos came to visit the Spotlight to tell us about what they're up to right now and how we might be able to help the organization meet a very important goal. Let's take a look at this interview. Hello, everybody. We're back at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, and we're in a different location of the hotel. I'm sitting here with Ann Marie of Vallarta Abuelos. How are you today?
Hi, Paco.
It is a pleasure to see you.
It's a hot day. How are we? We know in Vallarta in the summer, it's always hot.
It is a hot day. I was out and about in town today just doing some research for a trip to Yelapa, so I had to go to the pier and walked all the way here from there. It's a scorcher.
Yeah, but hope you cover your head.
Well, I constantly wipe it with my little sweat rag, but
Good.
That's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about Vallarta Abuelos. Actually, before I ask you how are things going, why don't you tell our friends that are watching a little bit about Vallarta Abuelos, what it is, how it started, and how they can learn more.
Well, Paco, I did nonprofit for 20 years in Dallas.
Oh, wow.
With refugees. And there we did very similar activities to here. Easter party, school bag project, Santa. One year we made the front page of Dallas Morning News. We had 450 children, refugee children. Half were Vietnamese with the Vietnamese speaking Santa, and the other half were Kurdish with the Kurdish speaking Santa. These were kids who got no Christmas. So I gathered the community and the schools together, and each child got a bag of toys. So
Wow.
that's the background I come from.
So how long ago was that, and how long have you been here?
I've been here 8 years. So when I first arrived, it was, I remember 3 days before Christmas, a little boy stopped in and he was very sad. And I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "Mom just told me there's nothing this Christmas." He said, "Not even a cake." For some children, if they have a cake at Christmas, that's Christmas. Okay, no toys, anything else. And I thought, I know these good people who live here in Vallarta. If I'd started earlier, we could have helped this boy. So we started that day. And that first year, 53 children got bags of Christmas toys, thanks to the wonderful expats in this community.
So this is how Vallarta Abuelos was born.
Right.
Okay, so Flash, that's amazing. Now, fast forward to the present. If somebody stopped you on the street or you were talking to someone and somebody asked you about Vallarta Abuelos, what is Vallarta Abuelos today?
Well, I would say two things. I'll get to the second part. I am so proud of our sponsors and our scholarships. We give 60 very poor children scholarships, everything paid. Public school is not free. You have to pay fees, and then you have to make registration, and then you have to pay photos and shoes and a different pair of shoes and uniforms and backpack and more fees and then sponsor. No. So we have 60 children and youth who are sponsored by expats. They're paired up one and one. They're encouraged to get to know each other, to go out to the beach, to visit the family, if the sponsor wants to do that. And the magic part is 5 are in college. These are kids who were desperately poor, living 4 in one little room, not one bedroom, one room that was the kitchen and the bathroom and everything else. How can a child go to a good high school if there's one bare 20-watt bulb in the ceiling?
That can't be possible.
So I'm really proud of these kids.
That is
5
amazing.
in college.
Now, let me ask you this. Why 60? Why not 61 or why not 59?
That's a great question. Okay, we reached 60, and I decided the kind of help that we want to give these kids, who, like I said, are low income, maybe the mother's illiterate, maybe the mother is a widow, and they sometimes don't have food on the table. It's very intense. If the school fails to teach them multiplication, which is the key to everything else, we'll do it. So we get involved in each child's life. If he's been abused, he needs therapy. Okay, what does this child need to be a success? It's not enough to just pay the fees. I learned maybe dad sells drugs. How do you help a child who has that situation at home?
So it's very comprehensive.
Exactly, thank you. Exactly.
Wow, that's wonderful.
But what we're doing right now, what we're focused on, is the school bag project. Each year we try to give 700 needy children school bags filled with supplies. Today a mother came asking when we're going to give away school bags. She walked away with a scholarship for her son. She's a widow, okay? The income is so little that she said last year she couldn't buy him a backpack. She's in my neighborhood. You know, I think for most of us, we don't know Spanish. I do. And so you want to help, but you're worried if you're not culturally correct, you can't say things right, you don't want issues, especially if you're gay. Okay, maybe you really want to help that child, but it's a little tricky. So we are there to be a bridge and help someone who would like to help one child go to school.
And you have a specific project that is of concern right now.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
On the 27th, I think, of this month, next month, we're giving away backpacks filled with supplies. And this year, donations are lower than the very first year. I don't know if it's a situation back home. So we have the tickets ready to give the kids, but we're just short on backpacks.
Okay, so how many backpacks, what is your goal when it comes to backpacks?
What we have, we'll give, okay? We would like to have 700.
700 backpacks.
Yeah.
I imagine these are not just the physical backpacks, but you put things inside of the
Yeah,
backpack.
if you go to Walmart and you want to buy a decent notebook, it's 80 pesos. In high school last year, the children needed one notebook for each class. 12 notebooks times 80 pesos. That's Dad's salary for one day.
Of course.
So as many as we can help, because we feel education really is the key to leaving poverty behind and moving up.
Okay, so let's make it easy for people that are watching. Yes, you, because what we want is for everybody to get involved in this very important project. Are you looking for people to go buy backpacks? Are you looking for the money? Are you looking for a specific amount? How can people help?
If you will just go to our website, pardon me, we're out not in website days, we're in Facebook days. I'm still old. And go to Vallarta Abuelos. Linked, tied to the top of the page is a picture of little Carlitos with his backpack, and it tells you how you can give. You can drop one off. Whatever you want to do is fine. You want to buy some box of erasers. You know, it's all great. Or a backpack, or 2 or 3, or make a donation. It's very easy by GoFundMe, and they don't keep any sort of percentage because we are registered in the U.S.
So you have a GoFundMe page?
Yes.
Okay. So for those people that don't use Facebook, we can find the GoFundMe page address as well.
Right.
Okay, that is
Vallarta
important.
Abuelos.
Fantastic,
Yes. And
because-
those sheets, full bag project, easy to find.
Ann Marie, it's a pleasure to see you. Thank you so very much for being here. There you have it. Let's help children get to school with Vallarta Abuelos.
Thank you.
A pleasure. And there you have it. While we were looking at the interview, and I hope this inspired you, I went onto the web and found out that the current minimum wage in Mexico is 278 pesos and 80 centavos per day. So if you're only making minimum wage and you have 2 children, for example, that each needs 4 notebooks per school, whoever is the working parent, it'll cost them 1 day of work to bring home enough money to pay for these notebooks. Forget about food or how the working parent got to work and back home. Forget about other needs. Forget about bills. So this work is actually really, really important. And it's a nice, sobering reality check as to what some less able families in Mexico have to deal with when it comes to sending their children to school. So I am really happy to have had this conversation with Ann Marie, and I hope that the interview reaches a lot of people. Please feel free to share it once I put it up on Facebook. As you know, we put up these interviews up as part of the daily broadcast, but also separately on YouTube. And that is that. I also want to, let's talk about this chingadera now. Okay, I'm a simple man. I mean, I have some interesting, quirky tastes, but this thing is a meat masher. And I've always wanted to have one of these. Came from Amazon. My dear, dear friend and community partner, Stan, brought it down from the United States for me. It was only like $6 or something. But this chingadera, it's like if you're making ground beef, you go like this, chun, chun, chun on your meat. But it also shreds chicken and it shreds pork. And I'm so obsessed with this thing. I seldom treat myself to fancy stuff anymore because I only buy things that I really need. But this chingadera has given me so much pleasure. It's not even funny. If you don't have one and you like to cook, get one for yourself. They're on Amazon and they come in many colors. And before we get onto the chit chat section, boom, 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 boom. Let me show you this. because yesterday I went back to El Rey Barbecue Lounge. This is their chili bowl. Now, I did not have this for me. I went and had dinner with a dear friend, and I succumbed to another plate of barbecue ribs. But my friend Eric, who is our community partner from the Joint Boutique Hotel, he ordered this amazing chili bowl that I had never seen before. So I took a photo of it and I thought I would share it with you. And this is probably going to be my next meal at El Rey Barbecue Lounge. Now, it was hot. We got in there. It's air conditioned. And I have to say that I have found my new favorite spot at El Rey Barbecue Lounge. And it's up on the bar because there's an air conditioning unit that is on the wall. So if you get too close to the AC, it might be chilly, but I have found the sweet spot for me in which I'm facing you and there's an AC unit over here, and I sit like 2 or 3 stools away from the AC unit, and it is a perfect place to sit down and enjoy 2-for-1 wine and great barbecued treats. There you have it. And with that said, you don't need to hear about house music again because I've been just putting it out there every single day. But I hope some of you will join me this afternoon. And with that said, let us see what is on your mind and take a quick look at your comments. Boom, boom, boom. Good morning, community partner Tim Ford. It's a pleasure to see you. It's a pleasure to know that you're there for Canadians looking for tax help. I love it. Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Many good mornings, many good mornings. Muffin, it is a pleasure to see you. Holy sideways rain last night. Batman, anybody else dealing with standing water in their homes this morning, or is it just me? Well, I had to get up when it started to rain and close my bedroom window, which is a cardinal sin with this heat, because you're right, the wind was so strong that rain was coming into my bedroom, but then the rain stopped and I was able to open my window again and had a lovely night's sleep. It was very fresh outside and we like that. So I'm excited about the rain we may get today and tomorrow. Let's hope it is for real. Let's see. Yes, adoptions warm my heart. They occasionally make me think, am I ready for a kitty cat? And I'm still not ready, but I love when these things happen. Queen of Question, Laura asks, is the turtle release only at certain beaches? Well, let me break that down. Again, the locations or several locations are indicated on the article, but it's usually either large hotels and or government-run facilities on the beach that offer sanctuary and protection for the turtle eggs while they are hatching. And they're easy to find. I mean, they're all over the bay. Here in Puerto Vallarta, for example, both the Marriott and I believe also the Westin Hotel have release activities. So that's an easy way to do. As far as the turtles are concerned, they're pretty democratic. I mean, they will take any beach. So because of that, there are usually turtle sanctuaries located throughout the bay. And let's not forget, there's also a turtle sanctuary, a tiny one, right behind the La Isla shopping mall on the beach. So there you have it. Logan comments, I'm liking the new remote set location at the Joint. Thank you very much for that, Muffin. It was actually not intentional. When Ann Marie contacted me, she told me, I just had a procedure that prevents me from going up the stairs. And I told her, no problem. Let us move to the lobby area, which is at street level, so that we can conduct our interview there and you don't have to hurt yourself. So that's what we did. And that's why we were sitting right outside of Uli's hair shop. As you know, I have a couple of friends that get their hair done with Uli at the Joint Boutique Hotel. Let's see what else. Does anybody have an update and photos of the new pier construction in Mismaloya? Great question. I haven't been in that general direction in a while. maybe it's time to hop on the bus and just spend the day out there taking photos. I'll keep that in mind if it's not too hot and crazy this weekend, Chris. But if anybody lives in the Mismaloya area and has been around the pier and wishes to share some photos with us, please feel free to send some stuff my way. Boom, 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 boom. I tried going onto Vallarta Abuelos, but the page didn't come up showing the picture that she had. Well, Linda, all I can say is I will provide the links that I showed in the show notes, and hopefully you will be able to click and make a connection. And with that said, I think we are done with today's broadcast. Thank you so very much for joining me. Thank you for your interest in Vallarta Abuelos, and thank you for everything you bring to the table every single day. Today, of course, it's house music in the afternoon. I hope you can make it. And there's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of interesting stories there. And if I don't see you this afternoon, I'll be back here tomorrow morning for more coffee, more headlines, and more stories. Have a great day.